Hey, friend, I'm just going to encourage you, don't do this. Don't be like this. So you made a video about Portland, Oregon, where I live, and you claimed that the mayor of our city was revoking the permit for the ICE facility on Macadam Avenue. I not only speak frequently about what's going on with city council, but I also have been talking quite a bit about the ICE facility, not only supporting protesters down there, and I have not been down there myself because I have had broken bones in my foot, but also attending city council meetings related to the ICE facility, the protesters down there, and city permitting. I found out about your video because I was tagged in the comments and because lots of people sent me messages asking me if your claims were true, including your claim that our mayor, who you again incorrectly identified as Angelita Murillo, she is a city councilor. Our mayor is Keith Wilson, but your claim that the mayor was revoking the ICE permit, and that's simply not correct. So I felt it was important to correct your misinformation, however unintentional it was, and explain to people what the process actually is here. The mayor cannot unilaterally, city council cannot just decide to revoke a permit for a business, even if that business is found to be in violation of their permit. It's the city administrators who handle that. It's not city council. So first off, there had been no complaints filed with the correct offices. Should complaints be filed and investigated and ICE Geo Group be found to be in violation of their permit, it would not be city council that revokes their permit. In fact, their permit would not be revoked at all. They would be given a chance to correct the violations. So your claims in your video just weren't true. And I didn't want people to have false hope. And I didn't want people to waste their energy on a wild goose chase thinking it would be as easy in their community. Again, I don't know what the laws, ordinances are in the books where y'all live, but here in Portland, it doesn't work like that. So I didn't want people to get their hopes up. I wanted them to have correct information about this issue. I agree with you. Protesting in front of the building, insufficient. We have to have a multi-pronged attack. We have to be coming at the fascists from every angle. We need to use every tool in our toolbox. We need to use every strategy we possibly can. That includes using ordinances, laws, policies, procedures, permitting practices that are on the books to our best advantage. But in order to do that, we have to know what those laws actually say and understand the processes in order to leverage them. So we can't have incorrect information out there. That's why I made my video. It was a gentle correction of your misstatements and also wanting to educate people so that they know what's actually happening here, set their expectations appropriately. And also you understand that the situation here is volatile, right? Donald Trump hates Portland. He's hated us for a long time. Look at 2020. Tom Homan has been focused on us for the last couple of weeks. Go watch his interview, watch his statements that he's made about Portland. And so I didn't want people on any part of the political spectrum, especially the far right, to wrongly believe that the mayor of Portland, Oregon, could simply decide to revoke a permit for a business because ICE is a private business. Because these buildings are run by for-profit businesses like Geo Group and Core Civic all around the country. Yes, they have government contracts. They are funded by our taxpayer dollars, but they are publicly traded businesses. I didn't want anybody thinking that Portland, Oregon is a place where our city council can just have an issue with a private business and decide to yank their permit. I didn't want people to have the false expectation that because ICE is in violation of their permit, they're somehow going to lose that building. That's not how that works. And in response to that, you left a lot of comments on my video, including ones where you said that I could decide whether or not to take my video down based on my ego. There's no reason that I would take my video down. I felt it was important to correct the incorrect things that you said. And my ego doesn't come into play at all. You also hear, don't descend to this. You said, but hey, you got your views, right? It wasn't about my views. My video didn't get very much traction at all. And that wasn't the point. The point is I want people to have correct information so that we can effectively resist the fascist regime of Donald Trump and the American Gestapo known as ICE. It was a gentle correction. We are all on the same side. We're all in the same community here. We're all doing our best to resist fascism. So I just want to encourage you here. You didn't need to do this. You didn't need to behave like this. You didn't need to make it weird and try to make it sound like it was about my ego or that I made a response to you just to get views. No, I was correcting your misinformation. In fact, I would really encourage you. Your video has a lot of views. People have still been messaging me about it over the last 24, 48 hours. I'm still getting tagged in your video. I would encourage you to take it down because you said a lot of things that are not correct and give people false hope and give people the wrong idea. You are welcome to use clips from my video in order to set the record straight if you choose to refilm yours. But I do think that you do folks a disservice by leaving yours up, when now you know there's a lot of things in that video that are not correct. And I think it's important too, you mentioned that you found out your information and made your video based on a message from a stranger. I, again, want to encourage you, we got to check the facts. We got to be checking our sources. We got to make sure that we are sharing accurate information, because in order for our resistance to be effective, we have to know what we're doing. If our goal is to stop the fascists, like, we have to get the job done. And we can't do that if we're spreading false hope, if we are telling people to try a strategy that's simply not going to be effective. We need all of us working together. And again, I just want to encourage you, you and I are on the same team. We're not opposed here. I wasn't coming for you. We don't actually need to have any conflict here at all. And I really appreciate that from where you are down in San Antonio, shout out to Encino Park, where I grew up, you are doing the best that you can to advocate for Texans, to advocate for immigrants, to support democracy. Thank you. I commend you for that. It's so important that we all focus on hyper-local resistance, right? It's one thing to be, yes, we need to be urging our legislators on a national level. We need to be voting, have a huge get out the vote movement. But where we actually are most effective in our resistance is right where we live. We have the most power to resist when we are focusing hyper-local. That's where we have the greatest sphere of influence. And me here in Portland, you in San Antonio, folks all over the country, wherever we are, if we are all engaged in sustained resistance right outside our door, and also keeping an eye on the national level and advocating there as well, we're going to cover all our bases. So thank you for the work that you're doing in San Antonio. I just really want to encourage you to rethink the way you engaged around this issue, and to consider taking down your video and redoing it with correct information so that you can be as helpful as possible to other folks who are also resisting the fascists like you and I are. And I wish you all the best down in Texas.